So, I am planning on making an image for this episode. One that I plan to use as the thumbnail eventually. Today, I watched the Super Y episode, Muddled Up Fairy Tales, or Muffled Up Fairy Tales. I don't really know how. I'm gonna have to look up the distinction. Well, anyway. You may have implied that from the last episode of IShy review, that was the episode that I was reviewing. Well, as you can see, I kinda tried to fix its story. Because, as this episode was pretty controversial. Here's a comment on a post in r/parenting thing about the worst episode of Super Y. I'll give you a moment to read it in case the audio was lagged. And in case you've forgotten, and Athena P has complained about this exact same thing. And I admit, even though I love this show, everybody is right. This is very stupid. So, I realized I had to review the episode without causing problems with parents or something. Because I can't defend this episode no matter how good it is. Personally, I thought this particular part of the story was terrible, but with the comedy was on the nose. I loved it. So maybe I could fix it. Or story would say the same, but it's Josh. That Josh is basically the so he could be the substitute for all of them, and he could be the one with the problem. But then I also say this episode happens twice in the canon. Anyway, now let's get on with talking about this episode. I loved how I could make continuous jokes about the witch being an alcoholic. Jokes that didn't really have to stay all that much in Healthy Adventure, because that's not what the episode really focused on. I just assumed that the witch was drunk the whole episode. I really just love the scene where the wolf blows down the witch's house. He's like, I'm gonna blow your gingerbread house down and steal your alcohol. I added that part. Anyway, the wolf blows down the witch's house. The witch is like, my house and my food and my alcohol. I added that part. And the wolf is like, oh, sorry. Very guiltily. Yeah, too late to apologize, wolf. If you knew that was gonna make you feel bad, why'd you do it? What'd you think was gonna happen? I do, however, like the consistent lore that the thing the witch was eating was carrots. It stayed consistent with Healthy Adventure when she learned to eat healthy. But she's still an alcoholic. Quitting alcohol is not that easy. The wolf did this because the dragon character, simply named Dragon, was like, hey, you can't blow down on the pig's house, that's mean. And the wolf's like, okay, fine then. Anyway, after he blows down the witch's house, the witch smells porridge. So she, the wolf, and Dragon go to the Three Bears' house. They eat the porridge. And Papa Bear comes in and is like, what the fuck? And then the witch is so drunk that she says, Nibble, nibble, little mouse, who is nibbling on my porridge? That's supposed to be a twisted version of the actual rhyme she's supposed to say in the fairy tale, I think. And the wolf does the same thing, because he's also drunk. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow this porridge down. Even though he found that weird, he blowed it down anyway. Spitting porridge all over the place. And it was cold porridge. He had the cold bowl. Papa Bear is pissed. So he decides to take this to court. And I say specifically Judge Judy. We never bothered to take Goldilocks to court because she's dead. She's a ghost. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that image right now, and I'll stop talking for a minute so I can actually let the image sink in. Sorry if audio lagging kind of spoiled your enjoyment of that image. But anyway, that's what I'd hope to be the thumbnail for this video in a few years. That's just so funny. I think I'm gonna draw that as fan art in one of my notebooks. Anyway, hey, so this becomes the fastest court case ever, huh? When the wolf and witch explained that it was the dragon's fault, and Papa Bear, who for some reason is the judge in this scene, is like, just get yourself a new fairy tale. Case closed. Court speed run count 2, and the first count for a court speed run was in Fairly Odd Parents Breaking the Rules. I just don't know which one is faster. I'm gonna have to time the two scenes. Anyway, so why it makes the dragon story be about him living in a castle, playing with his best friend, a unicorn. But I feel like the best friend should have been a pretzel. Because that sounds way funnier and more mystical. Also, that would lead to an actual conflict. Heck, some evil guy wants to eat the pretzel. There. Now for lore, since all Super Y episodes have to have lore in them. I think the wolf just wants to be an alcoholic, but he doesn't have the same skills of ingesting alcohol as the witch does. So when the wolf is drunk, he just blows down literally everything. He'll even give you a blowjob. My opinion on this episode goes down because of the fact that the story outside of the book just is awful, but that's why I'm trying to fix it. But the book itself, that was great. I loved it. But I'm gonna give it like a 6 out of 10. Anyway, see you later. This is IShy shining out.